Today we'll be talking about the second episode of the new show, Rise of the Pink Ladies, and the alarming propaganda being pushed through subliminal messages. With that said, let's dive right in. A prequel to the original Grease movie, Rise of the Pink Ladies takes place in 1954 and follows a group of misfits as they struggle to fit in. Right away, we see in episode 1 their aim to promote slut life and the emasculation of boys. They even take a moment to reject motherhood in the middle of a song that encourages girls to, quote, give in, embrace the bad, and shake off that good girl act. I didn't think the show could be more toxic until I watched episode 2. It wasn't enough to punk the guys and steal their spotlight.
That's my car!
In episode 2, they take it to a whole new level with the song Life Would Be Better Without Boys.
Outrageous!
One by one, the girls obliterate the boys with just a touch. With nothing but disdain for their counterpart, the girls sing, Imagine no one sneaks a feel and we can focus on what's real. The girls literally sing, a world without boys, wish it could happen. For now, just imagine. This entire scene is Masonic programming, including the red and blue symbolism that represents the illusion that there are two forces battling each other, and you just have to pick the good side, when really, forced outcomes will be the same regardless of the side you choose.
It is a big idea, a new world order.
And now's the time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there.
We mustn't kid ourselves into thinking that the communists have placed their agitators only into the black communities. They're working both sides of the street. They want hatred, violence, and bloodshed between the races, and they don't care how they get it or whom they use, even children if necessary.
The scene ends with the boys calling the girls,
You big old crap!
which they embrace as their new name, the Pink Ladies. And just like that, the Pink Ladies now represent communism.
But I'm realizing that maybe sometimes you gotta be bad to do good.
So when you see the next scene and the school is papered with Vote Pink posters, the message is clear. Vote communist.
In his Communist Manifesto, Karl Marx wrote, "The theory of communism may be summed up in a single sentence: abolition of private property."
And if you think demonic is too strong of a word or that I'm reaching, consider this scene where Jane goes full exorcist. You see the darkness close in around her as she begins to rage, unleashing a dark power as she opens the lockers around her with a snap of her fingers. A row of lockers fly open with a wave of her hands. Then she is lifted off the ground. You see her suspended in the air in a creepy, unnatural way before drifting slowly back down. With a burst of rage, she summons a blizzard of papers flying all around her, and the lights begin to flicker. Far from a High School Musical, this scene belongs in a horror film and ends like every scene in this wretched show, with a call to be as self-serving as possible.
This environment that has been created and corrupted and manipulated does not respect women, does not respect children, does not respect men. It cares nothing for family. So that's why they have to attack mother and remove father, because
The opening scene shows a series of housewives. One is smoking inside. The other is giving pills to her daughter. A third is masturbating on the washing machine. And the cherry on top is a very pregnant woman drinking a cocktail.
The tactics of internal subversion, a psychological war, a spiritual war. As a matter of fact, the bomb, as a psychological weapon, is being dropped on the American people every single day.
Behaviors are going to have to change, and this is one thing we're asking companies. You have to force behaviors, and at BlackRock we are forcing behaviors. What we are doing internally is, if you don't achieve these levels of impact, your compensation could be impacted. Okay, you have to force behaviors. And if you don't force behaviors, whether it's gender or race or just any way you want to say the composition of your team, you're going to be impacted.
When did they all get so shameless? Outrageous!
It used to be that an invader could come in with a superior army. Now, if they want to conquer people in this environment, they have to do it through the mind. And of course, today, after all the technology that we have, and the control over the communications and the images and the media, they have absolute control over the funnel of information that comes to the average person. And the average person, if they're not aware that there's a real war going on for their mind, they will be helpless.
Yes, they are communists, and yet our nation seems unconcerned.
So what do we do about it? What are the countermeasures that need to be taken? And where do we begin? Before we finally win this battle, and I should hasten to say that there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to win. I'm increasingly convinced of this. But before we finally do see victory, we must carry the truth to every man, woman, and child in America.
Protect your kids, lock your doors, 'cause they're raising hell.